All right, guys. Howdy, howdy. Welcome in. Hopefully everybody had a fantastic day. We're going to do something a little bit different today. And we are going to do a bag mapping. So we're going to map out all the different clubs in our bag, see what the distances are, see what our gaps are, see where we're potentially have some issues. I think we know exactly where they're going to be after hitting enough golf balls on the simulator, but we're going to find out here tonight. Okay, so we're just going to hit a couple balls, oops, to get loose, and sort of go from there. So we're not going to do anything crazy. Probably just hit 10, 15 balls just to get the body moving, and then we'll jump right into it. So we're just going to hit some nice, easy little shots, loosen up the body, and go from there. Okay? We're still pretty stiff. We haven't hit a golf ball yet tonight. So these first couple should be very, very short compared to what we normally hit a 9-iron. Probably only going about 75%. But that being said, they should be straight with how easy we're swinging. That one wasn't. That one wasn't. And it's kind of crazy though how easy you swing and how much better the golf ball flies when you hit it in the center of the club face. Right? These are very basic, simple swings. And they're still carrying, I mean, it's about 5 yards shy of what we'd expect it to be. Right? So, just enough to get loose here, and then we'll jump into the bag mapping. We'll explain what we're going to do. Tell you what though, it is nice. Salva, what's up? This is going to be another stream for you, buddy. We're doing a lot more data. More data here tonight. Just getting loose. That is a massive 9-iron for such an easy swing. It's crazy what a warm garage does, though, and how much of a difference that makes. But we are going to be focusing on something a little bit different that I've been reading a lot about online in terms of how people do fittings in 2025, 2026. So we'll see how these numbers sort of compare. Swing feels nice tonight though. That I will say. Swing definitely feels good. Ball is traveling. Maybe it's because we actually got some sleep last night. And we've actually hit the center of the club face on these. That ball is definitely blocked. A little blocky, a little short, a little chunky. The data stream. I'm going to try and do this on Mondays. My Monday was a little bit chaotic. The boy was home again sick from his surgery. So we didn't get as much done at the workplace that we wanted to. So that was a little bit annoying. Salva. I mean, these are just some nice, smooth, simple swings, and the golf ball's still flying like absolute mad. Like that feels like a 3/4 swing. And because we're actually compressing the golf ball, it's flying pretty darn good. But it's crazy how the body reacts when you get loose. So we're gonna hit a couple hybrids. We never hit these. This club I have such a love-hate relationship with. And this club's going away. This club's being put on the shelf when the new 5-wood comes out, so. And kind of for that reason right there. Like we hit this thing so woefully left. But it serves its purpose. It serves its purpose. That's going to be right. That's going to be right. It's crazy though. These feel like 3/4 swings. Like I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere remotely close to parallel up top. They're hit pretty darn solid. All these golf balls. All these golf balls are. All right. The body feels good, and I don't want to waste too much energy here. Maybe hit a couple 2-irons. We'll go off the deck. We never hit this club off the deck, but let's try it. See how this actually goes. This is probably gonna be a disaster, but nevertheless, let's try it out. I might actually hit my little marker here in front of me. Yeah, these are gonna be absolute bullets off the deck. Tell you what though, that would be a fun shot to hit. That doesn't get you in any sort of trouble right there. It's little bullet 2-irons. Ooh, but when you miss, that doesn't help the old cause. It's got like what, 5 degrees of launch? Yikes, Shaggy. I'll just do one more of these. We're messing around here. Little bullet. Would be a fun shot to have in the bag. Okay. So let's sort of dive in here, guys, and we'll talk through what we're going to do. This is a feature that I have not used on the SkyTrak yet. So this will be my first time, and this will be hopefully some of your all's first time. What we're going to do tonight is we are going to do a bag mapping. The way that's going to work is we are going to hit 6 shots with every club in our bag, try and figure out how much distance is between them, what the height differences are. Really going to be looking at carry, right? Like I don't care about the rollout. Carry is what I'm looking at. And sort of go from there, right? So it should give us like our stock yardages. I've got a tournament coming up in actually like 1 month exactly. Is it 1 month exactly? Might be like a month and change. But my distances have sort of fluctuated all over the place depending on how I'm hitting the ball that night. So we're gonna hit every club in our bag, find out our yardages. It's probably gonna be super valuable for us here on the sim too, just because I feel like we've been all over the place as we start to hit the ball better and worse. But let's load it up here. Okay. So Yak with hybrid, that's all the clubs. Gap tolerance, I'm looking for 10 yards between clubs. So that's how it's going to go. We're going to hit every club in our bag, right down the line, starting with the 58. Okay, these are all going to be full swings too. So here we go. Start us off with our wedges. If I had to guess with this club, we're going to be somewhere about 98 yards. Okay, 98 yards is probably our carry distance with this club. Okay. And there you go, 98 yards. So I am relatively in tune with my distances, at least on the full shots, right? So about that 98 is what we're looking for. We want that ball to gently fall to the right like that. That's good. Actually, I was coming back to the left. I don't mind the little shorter ones to the right. There we go, 98 yards. 2 for 2. Like I said, with the full shot, it is pretty consistent. That launch angle is good there, under 30. That's sort of the strike we're looking for right there. 100 yards, ooh. Little variance. The only problem is hitting full shot after full shot with these wedges. I'm going to rip these golf balls to shreds. We're going to have to put some new ones in the bag for the tournament this week. So one issue I have though with my wedges is I feel like my dispersion with my wedges just isn't excellent, you know what I mean? For how many golf balls we hit, how many we bang after ball after ball after ball, I feel like we still have it not all that dialed in terms of the distance. I mean, this one looks fine. Oh, that's fat. And so I will note we are taking 5 out of 6. Okay, so in the event there's an outlier, like that one is 4 yards off compared to the other ones. Nope, so we got one more here with this club. Again, trying to rotate through the golf balls so I'm not chewing them up with wedge after wedge. And just sort of go from there. It's a hair skinny. It's not going to be overly different in terms of the yardage. So like I said, about 98 yards is what we would expect. And that's what we got, right? So up next we got our 54 degree. My guess with this one is probably about, let's say 112. Yes, and I have a sneaky suspicion, Zajac, between my 8 and 7 iron, I've got a gap. Just because I've noticed some things when I'm hitting out here in the garage, like my 8 iron just doesn't go as far as I'm used to. So I don't know if it's bent. I did have to have that club reshafted, so I'm not sure if it lines up with the rest of them. Like I think we're going to see a relatively large gap between my 8 iron and my 7 iron. So that's one of the things that I'm actually keen to see tonight. So this is about 112 would be my guess full. A little bit far, 117. It's that warm air, that warm spring air in the garage. But yeah, there is going to be a monster gap between 2-iron and driver. And that is the gap that we know that we've been trying to fix for quite some time. It's going to be left. That's a pull. It's the one that gets me in a little bit of trouble. I mean, not a ton. But what's interesting is earlier this year, I was playing a 52 and a 58. My 52 max was like 122 to 125. If I hit it full at 125, it would spin back. So I switched up the wedge configuration in my bag and I went 58, 54, 50. Because I had such a big gap between my 52 and my pitching wedge that it was causing problems for me on the course. Right? So like on the course, I can take something off of a 50, 54, 58, like relatively comfortably. But for whatever reason, I can't take something off of a pitching wedge. It goes just so sideways for me. And it drives me crazy. That's the throwaway golf ball right there. It's going to go about 106 with the chunk. 107. Okay. But like I said, I hit enough golf balls. I've made enough swings in my life where I do know my numbers pretty good. So this for me is just really trying to see the visual proof of that. It should be like 116. 114. So, oh hum, we got one more with this club. But I'm going to be ripping through these damn golf balls, man. Ripping through them. Because all of my wedges, you're going to see like 10,000 plus. Oh, Zajac, my wedges were from 2014. And I have hit, and this is no exaggeration, thousands of golf balls with those wedges. And I mean thousands. So it was like when I went on the course for the first time in Palm Springs, hitting a wedge, just like a 30-yard pitch shot with fresh grooves and seeing it react for the first time was honestly one of the greatest things that I could have ever experienced. Like to watch a ball take one bounce and stop, it was like, I mean, not life-changing, but it felt like it was life-changing, you know what I mean? New wedges are so fun, especially around the greens. So we're expecting this about 128. That would be the number we'd expect. So let's see what we get. 124. It's a really good swing though. All of these have felt pretty darn solid. Hair chunky. Maybe 120. 121. So, like I said, these shots, like again, for me, the issue is not really the full shot. It's when I have to take something off. Like the 75, 80-yard shots are where I get a little bit squirrely. That might be going right. Yeah, left that toe a little bit open, which is why that golf ball is not going very far. I'll tell you what, with the 54 and the 58, we hit some much more crispy shots. This club's starting to get away from us just a little bit. just a little bit away from us. But I mean, it is consistent, right? But it is a little bit interesting to me that the 54 and the 50 don't have as big of a gap. So we'll see. Let's try to turn the speed up a little bit more on this one. Same thing. I think it's the sheer amount of spin that I'm putting on it is why it is just not traveling. Right? Like 10,000 RPMs. That's a lot of spin, guys. Like a lot of spin. Oh, excuse me. Good Lord. That one was on the button there. That was the best swing with the 50. 122. So that is interesting, and I bought this club for 130 yards, okay? Yeah, but those are the good wedges, Zajac. Those were the good ones. That's when wedges were good. I mean, these are still good too, don't get me wrong, but they're no box grooves, that's for certain. Box grooves was a different era. So with the pitching wedge, I'd expect about 142, 143 yards on the sim. Oh, jeez. Christ. Or we can hit it like 120. Just duck it out of the air. That was a horrendous swing. That's why you throw one away out of these tests and you just pray to God you don't hit another one like that. So that was a horrendous swing. It's a hair skinny, but it's going to travel a little bit better. So that doesn't really get you in any harm, but the launch is low, and then, you know, just not optimal for a pitching wedge. You're moving to Blue Mizunos? You're fancy. That ball's left. It is hammered, though. Goodbye, golf ball. Yeah. Like that is a little bit far for what we'd expect from a pitching wedge. And 11 yards offline, not ideal. Not ideal. So we've not hit our pitching wedge very good. That's okay. That was hit solid. That one was the best pitching wedge of the bunch. 145, okay. So getting about 2 yards more than I'd expect. About 2 yards more. We got 2 swings left? Yeah, 2 swings left. So I apologize, there's gonna be a lot of me hitting and a lot of me talking here early on just to get to the numbers, but I am curious to see how well I know my numbers. It's like 138. Smidge chunky. 135. 135. Yeah, this is not optimal for what we want to see, but again, averages will sort of shake out to where they need to be. It's going to be left. if it reads. Looks like I might have hit before it was ready. Yep, must have hit before she was ready. So let's go ahead and hit another one. There, we finally hit one solid and straight. There you go, 143. That's what I'd expect out of a pitching wedge. Okay, all good. Moving on. I do need to take breaks and take drinks every once in a while, because otherwise I might die out here. But what would you guys expect to see from a bag mapping? Do you expect to see flaws or just massive gaps? What do you guys think your problems are normally in golf? I unfortunately know mine all too well. Because I face them all the time. Like on the golf course, if I get 135 yards, I am cooked. Like absolutely cooked. All right, so moving on to the 9-iron, I would expect 152, 153. Okay, on the golf course, this is about 160 yards max. Okay. That's a good swing there. That should be a pretty good stock 9-iron for us. 154. Okay. That's a pretty golf ball there. That is almost exactly what we would want with a 9-iron. It's a smidge left, but again, that would never really get you in trouble on the golf course. That's right on our number though, 153 yards. 5 yards offline. I mean, if you're 15 feet left of the pin, unless you're really going after a pin on the left side of the green, it's never going to hurt you. So. That's going to be right. We left that one out a little bit. Looks like it missed the read. It's a good strike, just missed it right. Bad golf ball. You go to timeout. You go to timeout for this one. Okay. 2 in a row. Can't do this too much though, because I'll get tired. I'll get tired, guys. That's going to be left, I think, or it's right down the line. There's your 153 yards though. Like I said, I know my numbers fairly well. I mean, when you play as much out here on the sim as I do, I should be well tuned with my numbers. If not, we got problems. But the dispersion with the 9-iron looks pretty darn solid. Why are we struggling with the 9-iron tonight, SkyTrak? All my other clubs you liked. The 9-iron is just not too friendly for us. Okay. That was a good strike as well. Left it out a little bit right. But again, I mean, 3 yards offline. Now, those golf balls may get us in trouble because I typically set up a little bit right. When you're set up right and the ball hangs those 3 yards, and you're expecting a 4-yard draw, that's when we get into a little bit of trouble because then you're missing by 7. That ball's right too. Just left the club face a little bit open. And that would be why we lost 3 yards on it too. Okay, one more. Luckily we do pitch one out, so hopefully that's the one we get rid of. So, let's see. That's the one that's gone there. That ball's hit so pitiful. But it's okay. He's okay. Nice little chunky monkey. We're good for one of those every 7 or 8 swings. Which is why I'm hitting golf balls here in my garage and not still chasing mini tours. I got plenty of those in the bag. Way too many of those in the bag. Okay. Let's run 8-iron. This is the club that has me puzzled, okay? In real life, we're looking with this club 170, right? And it's a comfortable 170. All of my yardages typically are 5 to 6 yards shy of what they are on the course, right? Until I get to 7-iron. 7-iron and up, they typically do, they're like bang on. So on the sim, I've got a gap between 162, 163 to like 182. And that is a huge, huge gap. So that's where I expect to see some differences here, or like my only potential gap on the sim. Should be left. We pulled the shit out of that one. Just ripped the toe through the impact zone, which is why it went 166 yards. And 13 yards offline, that's when we get in trouble here. But it's this club. This is the only club that seems to give me problems, which has got me thinking. That something is just slightly off with this club when they reshafted it and put it back together. Because I struggle with this club mightily on the sim. And unfortunately, we have it a lot. Like, we have it a lot. And those numbers there are not too dissimilar to what we see. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be about 156, 157. Hit a smidge heavy. The ball flight was better, but it doesn't really help when you mishit it, right? So we lost 6 yards there. That ain't pretty either. That ain't pretty there either. Oof. We know what our problem club is. It's interesting though, because like I love my 8-iron. I mean, love my 8-iron. But ever since it was reshafted, man, that's why like I had a 3-wood that I loved. I had the old rocket balls. It had more lead tape on it than you can imagine. It was a monstrosity on the bottom. Like you would never want to look at it or show it off. But I hit it so good. TaylorMade sent me a new one, supposed to be the same swing weight. Everything was the same. I never hit it. I couldn't, once I got that thing back, that club was gone. Absolutely absent from my game. Solid strike, just left. Or dead on, one of the two. But that's sort of what I would expect from my 7-iron, right? That's what we said. We said 163 was going to be our carry. So again, our average is 162. We've been within like 1 or 2 yards on carry distance for everything except for the 50. So that was a nice strike of the golf ball there. That ball had a little bit of juice on it. Yeah, 167. 167. We missed 6 yards right. It's kind of interesting. Okay. So again, our average is 162. Granted, there's some mishits in there. There's a lot more variance with that one. Whew. Excuse me. My mat is sliding, so that could have to do its swing path on that one. So with a 7-iron, let's call it 182. Okay, so this is where there's a big jump. And that's where I have an issue on the sim. So this one's going to be about 182 with the carry. That is an excellently struck golf ball. Nice big high sweep and draw. And it had a lot of draw on it, which is why I went 185 yards. It is a big 7-iron. But you see, there's my problem. We went from 162 to 185. One club in my bag, right? Now, one thing that I will look at a little bit here too is Titleist, in the way that they do their fittings, is they're hyper-focused on ball speeds, right? So if ball speeds plateau and level out at a certain level, they want it to be within 5 miles an hour, or about a 5-mile-an-hour gap in clubs going all the way up with your irons. So that's how they like to fit you with irons and golf ball. It's a smidge fat, probably about 176. 170. Did it worse than I thought. Yeah. So that hopefully is our throwaway golf ball. No more of those. That's left. Just slightly left, but left enough. There's our number, 182, which is what we would expect with the 7-iron. But again, I'm going to be looking at the ball speeds between the 7 and the 8. Now, granted, I hit some really crummy swings with the 8-iron, so we'll see. But, so we hit one fat with a 7-iron. $182 there again. Ooh, that golf ball is cooking left though. 183. Okay. Massive spin left. Massive left spin. Those get you in trouble on the golf course. Okay. Again, another left ball. Seeing a trend here. Seeing a trend. But at least in terms of the number, we're bang on that 182, which is what we would expect. We're pretty consistent, right? So we want that golf ball, actually, it needs to start a little bit more right. I think the amount of draw is fine. We're just not set up right enough. So let's set up a little bit more right here and hit our draw. So close the body up just a smidge. I think I even hit it further left. Now that's bang on. So we got the setup right on that one. But 189. Jeez Louise, what was that? Oh, I guess it came out a little low, a little hot. That's a big ass 7-iron, guys. 128 on the ball speed. I think that was our highest. So, okay. So now with a 6-iron, I would expect 194, 195 carry. Okay, and it's interesting, I had a conversation with a buddy of mine today about irons and how golf club companies have been lying to the industry or lying to the consumer, like normal consumers, for such a long time, saying that, oh, you're hitting your golf ball further. Well, yeah, you're hitting your golf ball further because they've dropped all the standard lofts down like 2 to 3 degrees, right? So, because like my pitching wedge is a 47 degree. Most standard pitching wedges are like 45 now. That's right. That's right. It wants to come back, but it's not going to. There we go, 196. I said 194, 195. So let's see what our average carry is here. Just a little blocky on that one, no big deal. It was 16 yards offline though, that is a problem. Loft creep is real? Yeah, no kidding. And it gives everybody such false hope. That's the strike there, guys. Whoa, where are you going, golf ball? But that dispersion right there, I hate. That's where we get into trouble. We were 15 yards off right, now we're 12 yards off left. That is horrendous. But 198 with a 6-iron is freaking insane. Okay. Yuck again. Overcooking that draw tonight. That ball had even more left spin, 190. Not hit that good. Not hit that one very good. At least it's consistent with the previous swing. But again, just not set up right enough. I think I let that first one sort of creep into my head a little bit. That's right. But it is drawn back at least that time. But God, that's so far. So far, it is crazy. 10 degrees in the garage is worth like 4 or 5 yards. It's unbelievable what happens when your body is loose. That was a good swing there. That was a good swing there as well. That's the best one of the night with a 6-iron. 195, which is more or less what we'd expect. It's kind of a lot of rollout. It's the one thing that I have noticed too is on the course, I have not played, was mistakenly playing the wrong golf ball. I've always played Pro V1X. Pro V1X changed in like 2018. They flipped the models. and one club behind. So you hit the ball pretty far then, John. But with my spin with the long irons was magical. Nope, that's the 6-iron we tossed right there, guys. That's going to fly 173 yards. 177. Chunk. Chunk. Okay. What's interesting though, John, what I've struggled with, at least like in recent weeks, is I'm so used to my cold garage numbers that I have been juicing the golf ball. Like absolutely juicing it. All right, so with a 5-iron, I would expect to see between 205 and 208 carry. Okay. That is so far left, Thomas John. Goodbye golf ball. I mean, it's hit a ton, but it is so far left. Good God. That's ugly. And I lost my golf ball. Oh, there she is. That is not a pretty swing there. That is one we want to sort of get rid of. Okay. So let's see if we can't straighten that out a little bit more. Just start a little bit more, right? That's the swing we're looking for there. Starting right at the target with a drop. And there it is. When you hit the ball properly, it flies a little bit further. Go figure. 209. Which still is freaking massive. Right? Absolutely massive. That's a good swing there too. Left. What do we say, 205, 208? It's gonna be our average carry. So we're sitting at 205. Like I said, I mean, we know our numbers pretty good. That's not a good swing though. 14 yards left gets you in lots of trouble. That's a shame. That was a good swing. Felt like I got my weight back on that one. Okay. Oh, there it is. And I did get my weight back. See, I told you I thought I hit that golf ball good. 210. Oh, good Lord. That's a big damn golf ball, guys. Oh boy. We're not going to talk about that one. That's in play 0% of the time. I might have hit that out of bounds. 28 yards right. Pristine. Let's hit this one straight so that golf ball does not show up in our test. And go from there. I'm just going to ignore that one, guys. That's more gooder. That's the ball flight we would expect right there, just left of the line. Okay. 206. Average carry in that window we talked about. So like I said, I'm fairly in tune with my clubs. Oh, it's a lot of golf shots though. I need to like take a second, chill. Because just banging 60 balls in a row is not good for your swing. Okay. So now let's hit some 4 irons. I would expect 220 on the carry. Okay, so 220 on the carry, roll out to about 230. Okay. It's a smidge low on the face. And that would be why it went so short. But again, 226 total rollout. It's not wildly terrible. Wait, why is it wet under my wife's car? Put that golf ball in timeout. And not hit the AVX. Got one rogue AVX in there. Okay. It's crispy. It's going to have a lot of draw on it. 213 on the carry. So again, golf ball's not carrying as far. Now if I want to hit one higher, I'll hit one, just do like one, sort of like try and get it up in the air a little bit of help. You'll see that I can hit it higher if I need to. But it's not what I've been working on. So we're going to try and hit this one higher with a draw. All right, so that's going to be a nice high draw. Should carry a lot further with not as much roll. All right, so there's your 220, 230 rollout. The problem is it's offline 13 yards. Which again, I mean, missing by 30 feet, 36 feet with a 4 iron. Is that the end of the world? Probably not. But that's on the higher end of how we want to hit a 4 iron, right? Probably want a degree or two lower and just sort of go from there. So let's try it. Yeah, she's not really turning over like we want it to. But it tried. She tried. But my carry distance is like a little bit lower than I was expecting with the 4 iron, which is kind of interesting. But I think if we want to, we can crank it up. So I'll hit this one a little bit higher. Yeah, I mean, of course, totally, right? The difference is, though, like where we're aimed, right? So if I'm playing for that draw, then it ends up being like 25 yards. But when you get one like that where you push it 11 yards right, and you're playing it 5 yards right of the pin, that's where you start to get in a little bit more trouble. All right, so let's hit this one upstairs a little bit with a 4 iron. So a little bit higher here with this club. That's a good swing there, guys. That's the high 4 iron. There's your 220 carry. All right, so what that tells me is I don't want to get as steep with my 4 iron. I'll tell you what, one of these streams coming up, Zajac, I'm going to take a look at the, those like tour proximity greens and use that one as a showcase one night. So here we go, last 4 iron. A little toey. Not going to carry as far as those other two I hit. Yeah, 207. Missed it a smidge. That's the one that gets you in trouble. Okay. 3 hybrid. This is the ultimate wild card in my bag. Okay. So So this 3 hybrid, this is the club that we will be dropping. It has been in my bag for 1 shot and 1 shot only. And that is a 245-yard approach into a par 5. Which up here, the golf courses really aren't long enough to have enough of those. So I may get one like once every 4 rounds. So like it's not worth keeping this club in my bag. Because really, the only time we hit it is we have like a 540-yard par 5, and we miss our driver a little bit, right? Then we got about 245 in. And that's when this thing saves our rear end, right? But it is nicer because it does come in steeper than the 4-iron, which we just saw rolls out a decent amount. So we're expecting about 240 yards on the carry with this thing. And this thing slings like a mother, or it's supposed to. It's not on that one, but it's supposed to sling around from the right big time. All right, so there's your 238, 240 carry. And see how it doesn't roll out that much, right? It's relatively gentle. Like the descent angle is very, very steep compared to what you would see with a 4-iron. A 100%, right? And that's where I think you hear me say it a lot when I'm playing, is I'll say like, oh, 15 feet. It's like, well, yeah, 15 feet from 165 yards is a really good shot, dingus. But you're so focused on that 5-foot gimme range, like 15 feet's a really good shot, right? And anything on the green from 230 yards is a great shot. Oh, you guys are in a disagreement about it? They're not for everybody. Do you want one or not want one, John? There's the hybrid swing. 233. So again, much higher descent, but we launch it relatively high. If we want to, I'll try and drive this one a little bit lower. It's hard for me to get this club low. That's the one thing that, and I think I'll experience the same thing with my 4 or 5 wood that I'm going to put in the bag. It's hard for me to flight it. So we'll try and flight a hybrid here. That thing just goes so far left when I flight it, I feel like. So it's definitely flighted, and that's why you see the rollout much higher. So I think we went from 15 degrees down to 10, right? So carried about the same distance. Bet you the ball speed is up. But if I could hit this off the tee, I would be much happier. I cannot physically, mentally, I cannot hit this club off the tee. And that's why I bought the next club that we're going to showcase. There's your big sweeping draw. That is pretty much the ball flight we expect. Carries 236, right? So again, your 245, 250 yard shot. This is my moneymaker, right? The problem is I just don't have this shot enough. I don't like it off the tee. Okay. That ball's left. Or not. Maybe I've just got no feel tonight. I've got no feel tonight. That's okay. You don't want one. Bought a 7 wood. I mean, how far do you hit your 4-iron, John? I guess it's a matter of, like, does your 4-iron do what you want it to, right? Does it behave? Does it Does it react the way you want it to, or does it just can't hold greens with it? Does it do what you expect with it? That's a good ball there. That's the best hybrid swing of the night right there. Again, at 245 number. So carry's not 245. Okay. This club, when I've got a fairway wood, I drop. Because I really want something off the tee for 250, right? Like I like to have 3 different clubs that I can hit off the tee. This being one of them. This is my 2-iron. When it is firm and it is fast, this golf club is a weapon. When it is soft, it carries about 245 and it just stays there, right? So SkyTrak, what's interesting, and this is where, Zajac, I'm curious, and I'm curious what other folks that use SkyTrak, this thing has me pegged at, yeah, see, that's plenty far. But does it stop or does it roll out for you? SkyTrak's got me pegged at 271. I do not, and I repeat, I do not hit this club 271 yards. Maybe downwind firm. Like max on normal playing conditions is like 260. Right, absolute max. Right, so here we go. We'll show you guys here what it sort of looks like. That is a pretty standard 2-iron for me. Right? So roughly a 240-yard carry. Rolls out to about 255 when we hit it solid. Right, ball speed actually was a little bit down on that. When we hit it really crispy, it's about 150. We are getting a little tired, a little fatigued here. So we've hit a lot of golf shots. And we're gonna go play 18 holes after this too. That's not gonna do the trick, Thomas John. That's a miss hit. It holds green, then you don't need a 4 hybrid. You don't need it. But again, like that club, that shot there doesn't really get you in trouble, although it is 20 yards right. And we normally hit a draw, right? Okay. So that's the one that gets us a little bit in trouble off the tee because we're set up down the right-hand side to play a draw. Okay. But again, like 245 yards. Now, if it's soft, that ball's not going to roll anywhere. That's the problem. That's the swing there with the 2-iron. That is huge. That ball is hit miles. Yeah, here it is, 261. That is the shot we play with the 2-iron. Play a big draw, set up down the right-hand side. 11 yards left of our target is about where we would set up anyways down the right-hand side. So that's pretty good there. That ball was tossed a little bit. But the issue that you'll see, top 10% carry roll. Yeah, but it's, even on the range though, like I have not hit 2-iron 271 yards. Like I don't. Like that's as good as I can hit it, right? With 151 ball speed is right around the max I can get this 2-iron. Like I cannot stretch this 271 yards. Like in no world, right? So that's where I do, like I'm a little skeptical of that number. Like 100%, this club's never going 271. Right? In a perfect world, it's not going 271 yards. Like the one previous and that one there, that's as good as I can hit a 2-iron. Okay? And 260, 258. Right? So 150, 151 ball speed. that's all I've got with the 2-iron. Okay. What's crazy is my dispersion with 2-iron is so much better than it is with some of my other clubs. Like, it's probably better in my 8-iron, to be perfectly honest. Like when I did the skills assessment, my 2-iron skill number was like through the roof. Okay, so we got 2 more here with the 2-iron. That's left. Goodbye, golf ball. That one gets you in a little bit of trouble, Thomas. Because that is, and on the golf course, that is a hard hook. That is a hard hook. That golf ball is not doing anybody any favors. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious, Ajax. I'm not questioning. I'm just, I don't have 271 in the tank. Excuse me. Boy, these golf balls are chewed the F up. All right. Last one here with a 2. Send on a good one. That's a good swing to end on there. Should be our nice little draw, about 10, 15 yards left to the target. 255 yards, ball speed, 148. So a little bit down. That's okay. That damn tee, man. I always lose that tee, and it drives me crazy. It is quite literally the perfect height for, and there it is. It's always hiding someplace like this, under the net, under the leg of the net. We go from there. That is a valid point. That is a valid point, because if I didn't change clubs properly on the range and I hit a driver, that could be why it's high. That is a valid point. Okay. Driver. 295 to 300 carry. Rolls out to 310, 312. Okay, at least that's what it is on the simulator. On the golf course, when it's warm, we got the hot pink birdie tees. It's funny, ever since I got the sim, I've been getting so many targeted ads for sim equipment. Like, so many targeted ads. And all I see are those K2 tees everywhere. All right, so let's see what driver looks like. We're pretty well tuned with this one. We know what our numbers should be. So let's just have fun and bang some drivers. Go for 1. 0 for 1. And of course, I might want to like throw driver in the middle of one of these tests moving forward when we're not exhausted. It's a little spinny, but spinny golf balls don't hurt anybody. Absolutely nobody is that hurt. Is it straight? It's long. She's right down the middle. Hurts your smash factor a little bit, that 147. 147's a little light, but it's as straight as I can hit a driver. Right? Oh, good Lord. Get that out before we swing so I don't boof all over my mat. Yucky. Yucky, yucky, yucky. That is high off the face. Low spin. But again, like, I mean, 27 yards right is a little bit aggressive. Those get us in trouble on the course. Smash factor is just not good enough. We have not hit the center of the club face yet on those two swings. That one we did. That golf ball's hit a ton, but it's left. Smash factor is going to be much better on that, believe it or not, even though I carried 280. Yeah, 148. Cool. It's ugly. It's ugly. All right. So on these last two, I'm really going to let it rip. Okay. I don't know, Zajac. I was almost going to throw it up in the air to you. I was thinking about concession. I know we're playing that at the tournament. I might play that one on Wednesday. That golf ball is fucking pummeled. That's the one we want there, folks. So I'd be curious what my expected distance is here with driver. That golf ball is damn near perfect. What does it say the expected is here? Doesn't even have it? Doesn't even have expected distance with the driver. Yeah, 117 on the swing. That's the money ball. Don't say Devil's Island, because I'm not playing Devil's Island. I'm way too tired. Bonnie Doon is a great choice. Let's do Bonnie Doon. That is an excellent choice, Zajac. I love that golf course. I absolutely love that golf course. Okay, let's bang this one, finish off on a strong note. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Found the center of the club face there, guys. Yes, sir, we did. Yes, sir, we did. Which is why those numbers look so much better. Okay. I'm noticing that. Okay. Oh, wait, I still got one more. I'm sitting here like wrapping up. Got a pretty good sweat going on, by the way, in the garage tonight. Okay. So let's take this puppy to Pound Town. Last one was carried 300. Let's go 305 here. Okay. I'm gonna hit the fucking bejesus out of it. She's just a little left. I said 305, I got a 306. Okay. Got that ball moving a little bit. All right, that's a pretty cool graphic. Hold on, let's slide this over here so we can see what the heck we're looking at. Okay. I mean, it's interesting. So, like I said, I went and got fit for that fairway wood, John. My swing speed was consistently like 5 or 6 miles an hour faster there than it was here. Like I was 120, 122, which is the last time I got fit on a TrackMan, that's where I was too. But it's interesting, the numbers, like driver-wise, wasn't that different. So I'm kind of curious about that. All right, so let's look at this here. Average club gap is 16. This is red all over the joint. And it's kind of interesting because I wonder if like longer players experience this a little bit more. But what I will notice is where we've got a massive gap is look at the gap from 9 to 8, right? Like I would expect that 8 to be slid out more to the right. And the 7 and 6 are so close, right? So we do have some interesting gaps there. Farthest gap, and again, no question about it, is 6-iron to driver, which is why we're buying the 5-wood / 4-wood, is to fill that gap off the tee, because a 55-yard gap, when you've got a 400-yard hole, you bring in so much problems, right? We don't bring in problems, but it's like on a 400-yard hole, I should not be hitting 150 yards in. Like I have the distance to get it down there, I just don't have the club to do it. And driver brings in too much trouble, right? And like 75 yards to 85 yards is not a comfortable shot for me. So the closest gap is the 7 and 6, which I thought it would be the 9 and the wedge, which was how much? Or the 9 and the 8 was 9 yards, right? But the average gap is 16. I think there's a couple things skewing that. Obviously, like you look at the driver to 2-iron gap, that's going to be a pretty big darn gap, right? So it's interesting that based off the tolerances that I gave it, or I thought that it would be about 10 yards of a gap, plus or minus 2 yards. I was kind of red on almost all of them, no? Like almost everything. There are very few that within the tolerances that I gave were accurate. Now, what happens when I hit 20 golf balls with each club? Does that shrink my differences? Probably. You know, I'm not a tour player. I hit the ball good. I'm a plus 0.8 or something on my handicap now. But at the same time, like, at least it gives me a nice carry distance for all my clubs. And the only one that I would deem like slightly problematic is that 8-iron, right? Like a 23-yard gap between my 8-iron and my 7-iron on this simulator drives me crazy. I mean, it drives me wild, right? Like that is so scary to see. Because when I have a 170-yard shot on the sim, I've got to take 14 yards off a 7-iron. I'm not talented enough to do that. That's where I have issues on the sim. Every other shot, I feel relatively comfortable with. Yeah, I mean, I would say probably, with the exception of the 4-iron and the gap wedge, I think I had my carry numbers like pretty bang on. So let's look here. Let's go through, see what's next. That's pretty cool. Side angle tendency, push, draw, offline tendency, 2 yards left. I mean, it's telling us exactly what we sort of expect. I expect like a 3 to 5 yard left of the target finish. So that's pretty spot on. At least it said that my tendency is to push it, because I've been struggling with the pull hooks. Average shot dispersion of 20 yards. So like a 40-yard circle with everything. That is crispy. That's really nice. That is really nice. I mean, we're hitting so many golf balls. My swing should be somewhat tuned at this point. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, so it gives you all of it too. It's so sick, man. So shot dispersion with the 58 is 5 yards, 13 with the 54, 9 with the gap wedge. Is that, yeah, that's definitely the left-right. Okay, perfect. Pitching wedge 19. Yeah, we hit some bad shots with the pitching wedge. I can't lie, which is why that number looks sort of the way it does. And it doesn't, did it take, or is that pink number sort of like what the expected is? That might be the expected. But like those are all over the map. Like that for a pitching wedge, for how well we hit our irons, that's a relatively scary graph to look at. 9-iron numbers in terms of distance, much more tuned. I hit that solid. Left one out to the right. But again, like the dispersion minus that one to the right there, those other four are pretty damn solid. 8-iron. We had some bad shots with the 8-iron. So I know we say we've got a gap, and you know it took two that carried under 160. So again, like that could be playing into sort of my tendency and my miss here, right? Is like that's a little bit off. Let me actually, so I can see this a little bit better, guys. I'm going to pull that down. 7-iron was pretty bang on. I mean, 6 yards left, dispersion, 7-iron's tight. I mean, 12-yard dispersion at 184 yards is pretty darn slick. That's a pretty good little circle. 6-iron, we did some things with that one. I think it was the 6-iron the one that I had the big old block on. It might have been. I think that was the one where I said just ignore that altogether, and I think that's that one you're seeing way right of the target there. Or was it the 5? No, my 5-iron dispersion was actually pretty tight. 5 yards left of the target, which again is what we'd sort of expect. A 19-yard dispersion with a 5-iron that's pretty crispy. That's pretty good there. 4-iron again. I mean, that's not all that bad. We've got that one outlier to the right. Everything else like is pretty tight on that left side. So those are the ones we just get lazy. We get underneath. We don't really we don't trust it. And we think that we're going to hit a big hook. And that's what you sort of see with that. The golf club that I'm dropping has a 15-yard dispersion at 233. That's such a shame. I do hit it good, but the problem is that's probably as good as I can hit it. I have got some balls where, and if you guys have seen my streams, I've missed 40 yards left with that thing, like 40 yards left. It is a big old problem. 2-iron, I mean, it's my banger club off the tee. We hit some squirrely ones with it, no doubt. But again, like 27-yard dispersion at 240 yards, guys, is not, I mean, that's pretty darn solid. And then driver, like a 36-yard dispersion. That's pretty sick, man. But there's that gap from the previous club, 55 yards. And we hit them both relatively solid. So that's where the problem really ensues for us, is off the tee, just not being able to get those things closer together, because I have one speed with driver, and that is all out. I do not like to back off driver. That to me is no fun. I like to hit it hard, and I like to hit my 2-iron hard, because my 2-iron, the shaft is so stiff in it, where like if I lighten up on it, like I get wild misses right. Like it just does, the toe just does not get enough whip to get around, and it's scary. So I want another club that I can go all out on with off the tee and hit it about 270, 275 yards. So that's where I'm really looking for a 4/5 wood. I bought a 5-iron and I tuned it down to like 16.5, which should give me that 270-yard carry that we're looking for. So as soon as that comes in, I'm going to hit probably like 100 golf balls with it to try and figure it out, tune it, tweak it to exactly where we want it. Man, that's pretty sick. I love it. I love this type of data. I love playing course play and doing all that kind of stuff, but this is the primary reason that I bought a simulator. I wanted to get the data. I wanted to look at this stuff and just be obnoxious about it and obsess about it after I'm done playing, which is certainly what I'll do. So tomorrow, if you guys missed it, we did a golf ball test for Titleist with the AVX, Pro V1X, and Pro V1. I'm doing like the condensed version of that with all the results. That's coming out tomorrow. With that, I'm also going to upload the full spreadsheet to my channel on a post, so that way if anybody wants to look at the numbers and sort of like how that all shakes out, like ball by ball, you'll be able to see it. But what's interesting, so one thing I will take a look at here, guys, is I want to look at mini driver. No. I'd hit the mini driver too far, John. No. Wait, can I not see that really? Oh, wait, if I click this, I can. Average. So the way that Titleist does their fittings, and this is what I wanted to see, is Titleist likes, they do it by a couple different things, but they're really hyper-focused on ball speed, right? So they want a 5-mile-an-hour difference from club to club, right? So throw the wedges out the window, get rid of those. But if we look at it, so pitching wedge to 9-iron, 8-mile-an-hour difference. 9-iron to 8-iron, and this is where I'm not surprised, but I did miss-hit my 8-iron, so that's not a fair representation. We went from 115 to 118, right? So if you're looking down here, 115 to 118 is only 3 miles an hour. Then you get this, 118 to 127, 9 miles an hour, which is why you've got 23 yards in between the two different shots, right? Then 7 to 6-iron, I mean, I was hitting my 7-iron really solid. You've got 3 miles an hour, which is why the delta was a little bit light again. But then here, 6-iron to 5-iron is 6, 5 to 4 is 4 miles an hour. 3 hybrid, throw it out the window. It's irrelevant for this kind of test. It is very different than the irons that I play. 2-iron at 149, which is pretty good. I mean, 150 is like very, very good for it. Driver at 171, I mean, we missed a couple golf balls, so 171's a little light, but I mean, we didn't hit it perfect, right? All right, so let's pull chat back up here on screen. We are gonna play some golf. So we're gonna go play Bonnie Doon. I love this golf course. I did a video on, let's just refresh that. I did a video on my top 5 courses on the SkyTrak. Bonnie Doon is in there. I think this golf course is sick. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of drivable holes. There's a lot of unique golf holes that you have to hit different shots on, which is why I really like it. And I think it's a really cool looking golf course, right? It's so different than what you normally see. So I'm excited. This is a great suggestion, Zajac. I'm excited to play this one tonight. And we'll go from there. So give us a second. I'm gonna get a drink. I'm tired. It's a lot of swings to start the night, 63 in a row with like very little breaks. But I'm doing it sort of twofold. I need to practice more. What I want to do one of these nights is I want to do something similar, but do like 3 shots with each club and hit a cut. I want to see what my cut numbers are because I don't hit enough of them to know exactly how far they go. So I'd be curious as to see, because I actually think that 170-yard gap that we have, like right around 170, I think a cut 7-iron actually would be almost bang on. So if we get 170 yards tonight, we're going to try that. Oh. But guys, it's been a tough week for me. personally, just because my son had surgery, and with that surgery, I've got to wake him up every 3 hours to give him medicine. And so I'm tired, he's tired. He's home from school. And it makes it tough. So we've got extreme pins. Fuck, whatever. We'll do normal green speeds. Always crank up the difficulty for Zajac because he likes to watch people suffer on these challenging extreme pins. So we'll do it. It forces us to hit some really quality shots. This is probably the longest par 4 you're going to see out here. The rest of them are not this long. It's only a 6,400 yard course. So here we go, guys. This is one of my favorite golf courses on the sim. I think it's a beautiful golf course. I think it's a fair golf course. And you get some golf shots that you just don't see a ton of, right? There's some really interesting and fun golf shots you get to hit here. A lot of risk reward. So you can really get after it. And you can make some mistakes. But it's a beautiful golf course. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. I think I want to say I shot 66 here, and that was with my old putting settings. So no, that was on easy pins or medium pins. So we did not do extreme. So, oh boy, that's what happens when you take like 10 minutes off. Simulating real golf. Here we go, guys. Bonnie Doon, 18 holes. Let's see how we do tonight. Oh, that's thin. That is left. That ain't pretty right there, folks. That's not what you want to start. Hey. Hey. Boy, did we miss that. That's what happens when you take a bunch of time off. I'm actually, don't judge me. We're going to take a breakfast ball. We'll call that one the warm-up swing to get back into the groove of things. Never happened. Guys, welcome in. We're going to play Bonnie Doon, 18 holes. Here we go. I'm just trolling. But I don't want that to be the start of our round, especially after we took all that time off sitting there yapping away. So here we go. Still going to be left, but it's fucking pummeled. That's karma, by the way. That is almost the exact same spot. That is almost the exact same spot. So Zajac just said, screw you, no mulligans for you. We're going to put that golf ball in the exact same position. Read it and weep. It does leave me with an interesting shot. That lip is probably going to swallow this golf ball up. I don't think I can get this club up high enough over that lip. I gotta try it anyways though, right? So we're gonna go high 5-iron, really high. We're gonna just try and serve this one up in the air. And hopefully we don't hit it thin. We hit it thin. That's gonna hit the lip of the bunker. There she goes. At least it ricocheted out into the middle of the fairway. I want to say we were relatively close. I mean, 16 degrees, we still launched it pretty high. But that puppy had lip written all over it. Okay, so now, after we know our bag mapping, this should be a relatively full, well, how far uphill are we? This is a great number for our 54. So we're gonna hit 54-degree wedge here. Should be perfect. Just go right after it. No questions asked. we left it out to the right, folks. It's gonna spin, stay on the green. I don't want to chip. My goal is really not to chip tonight. So that's not a good start for the folks here. Bogey off 1. But with that T-ball, we kind of deserve it. There are going to be a lot of 2-irons, if I remember correctly. A lot of 2-irons. Yep, it's going to be a lot of 2-irons. That number's actually bang on for a 2-iron. The issue is I think that brings bunker into play. So let's actually try something here. I'm going to try and hit a stinger. Okay? So we're trying to just drive this low, carry it about 210, and let it trickle out. Okay? So here we go. That's not right. Well, we hit the stinger. We launched it at 3 degrees, it said. 3 degrees. We missed it a little bit, folks. That's okay. We're off to a rip-roaring start here. 189 out of the rough. So let's think about this. 189 probably plays 208. I like high 5. All right, so we're going to try and lift this one up in the air. Actually, let's try something here. Let's hit a hard cut. Okay, so I know we said we were going to work on this. This is not a good idea. If we keep trying shots like this, we might end up in trouble. But I'm going to try and hit a high cut 5-iron. Okay, and go from there. Well, it's a high cut 5-iron. We just started it miles right of the pin. But all in reality, like we say, 45 feet from 190 out of the rough isn't a terrible golf shot. We just need to find fairways because that ain't gonna get the job done, folks. That is not gonna get the job done there. Okay. It is tight up there, but we're gonna hit driver. Try and squeak one in there. Gotta actually find the club face for a change. Here we go. 1 over par, through 2. Time to get back on the horse here. It's another big old draw, I think. It's hit much better, but yeah, I mean, we hit it hard. Just a little bit left. Actually, not a terrible swing in all reality. 100 yards, plays 106. Plays 106. Go just left to that pin. 106, add 10 yards, so 116 yards. I like a 50 here. Just a smooth one. We don't have to kill it, but it's still relatively full. So here we go. We're going to hit a smooth 50 degree in there. Try and just hit a nice gentle cut to that pin. Kind of like that. It's a good swing. It's much better. I think that ball just had a little bit of left spin, but good swing. Good swing. Back on the horse. back on Z-Horse. I think this is driver, and those trees are not in play. No, we got miles left because I think last time I played here, I believe that we pummeled it left into that fairway over there beyond the trees. So let's just rear back and bomb one here. Go from there. Kind of like that. I'll miss it. We did not miss it. Sugar. What was our spin rate on that? Did say 1,300? 1,300 on the spin? Man, I thought I hit it better than that. Okay, apparently not. 148. Okay, so we're just gonna go smooth 9-iron here. Nothing too crazy. I would guess based off of where that pin is, it's probably sitting on a little ridge. So let's just hit smooth 9 here. Plays like 148. This might be too much club, but we're just gonna hit a little choke down 9-iron. So choke down about 1 inch on the shaft and go from there. Should be pretty good, guys. Yep. Good swing. Good swing. Like I said, it's a lot to take off of a 9-iron, but I mean, there's no problems with that one at all. This is the hole I remember. Can't hit driver at its 475. Okay? Absolutely brutal golf hole. So we want this to sit just short of that mark we're at 259. So we're going to hit a hard 2-iron and just go from there. So here we go. Oh, that ain't pretty, guys. It's not going to hurt us a ton, but it's not nearly as far as we wanted to hit it. That's going to give us a lot more left in. Yeah, 226 is eons into a par 4. But again, this is probably the hardest hole on the course. I lost my damn golf ball. I think it's sitting here underneath this tire. Give me a second. There you are. So we missed that one a little bit, hit it off the toe. But it's in the middle of the fairway. So things could be much, much worse. But now we got a nice long shot in. So this is where things get a little bit dicey. Okay, so we're downhill 225. We know we carry our 4-iron about 213. Let's try and hit a cut. Okay, a hard cut with a 4-iron. Is this a smart play? No. Actually, you know what? No. Let's do a light 4-iron with a draw towards the middle of the green. Choke down on it a little bit and go from there. I think that's the right play. So again, choke down about 3/4 of an inch on a 4-iron. Make sure we got the right club. Hit it up in the air a little bit and go from there. Oh, you got to hit it in the club face though, Thomas. That's fat. We might get away with it. It might roll like crazy. We missed our green. Missed our green, lost our ball. Not a good combination. Not a good combination there, guys. Where the hell did that puppy go? Oh, it is properly lost. I don't see it anywhere. Oh well. Oh well. I didn't want to have to chip tonight. That was my goal. That was my goal. When you hit it like a donkey, it's what you get. So let's see here. Sloping away from us and then back up the hill at 24 yards. Oh boy, clean your face, boy. This club is filthy. Filthy, filthy, filthy. Okay. All right, so a little pitch shot. Carry it about 10 yards, let it roll out the rest of the way. Go from there. No read? No read. Maybe? Nope, there it is. It's a shame. I felt like that was a pretty good contact. Felt like a 10-yard carry, but I could be wrong. Try it again. It's back up the hill. We didn't hit it hard enough. Did we carry it 10? Carried 11, so that was not the correct play, unfortunately. And we screwed the pooch. So after 2 good shots, we end up with another bogey. It's because we mishit our 4-iron a little bit. That's a pin we're not going after, guys. Yes, we are. We're going to hit cut 7. Okay? So this is where we said if we're ever going to have that 170-yard shot, 172 yards, we're going to try and hit a cut 7-iron in there. Okay? So let's try it out. Cut 7. Here we go. That's too far right. See about the number though. The number was bang on. Oh, I found my missing golf ball. It's underneath my kid's little trike here. I got so much shit in this garage. So the key to that one, I mean, the swing is correct. We just start it too far to the right. Okay, that's noted. But we have put ourselves in a dreadful position here. This is I mean, we got to hit this thing almost straight up in the air with unbelievably soft hands. In real life, you're bumping this through the rough. But on the simulator, we're going to try and do a little baby flop. Okay, here we go. Ooh, that is so saucy. Oh. God, I wanted that so bad to read. That was filthy. Absolutely filthy. Let's see if I can do that again. I don't know if I can do that again. No. Can't do it again. Don't have enough talent. Not enough talent in my little body. So that's another bogey. Yeesh. Yeesh. Gotta start finding the club face here, Tommy. Okay. Go right at that bunker with a big old draw. Don't judge my line. You've seen us hit driver tonight. All right, center of the club face, bomb it up. Let's go. That's the one there. That'll play. Oh, but it's right at the bunker. Sugar. Sugar. Yeah, a little thin, but again, I thought that was going to be bang on. It was turning over just ever so slightly. Where we put ourselves, though, unfortunately, we didn't give ourselves a look at the green here whatsoever, right? So we're going to have to go, oops, where's my mouse? We're going to go there. We're going to have to go wedge, sadly. So we're going to hit 54 and then probably a 50 back to back. So we're going to hit a high 54 here. Okay, plenty to carry. That ball had so much backspin. We might, yeah, let's say we're going to be sniffing 11,000. Now we get a full 50 in. What do I say, 54.50, right? Okay. 118 in. We're going to play a gentle left to right fall here and go from there. So this is going to be a full, sort of a cut 50. Should be perfect. It might be deep. It might be deep. No, bang on. Okay. Good control. Don't really want to go after that pin. It's a scary pin. But a good swing. So that's spot on, guys. Back off the schneid. Back off the schneid. And this is where the golf course gets fun. Okay. This is where it gets fun. So we're going to play our little draw. And we're hitting driver. Do I hit those trees? There's a good chance. But we'll see. Just don't block it, you big goof. And hit just a smooth driver out there. So here we go. Oh, we might have hit the trees. Fuck you. Let's get left of that crap. Oh, Jesus, Tommy John. No comment? I said not to hit the trees. We did, in fact, hit the trees. Oh, boy. So what do we got here? That pin is probably on a ridge, if I had to guess. So we'll go 3 yards right of it. Aim out to the right just a smidge. 76 yards, plays about 83. So this one is just a shade. This is probably a 10 o'clock, 58. We didn't hit it hard enough. It was a little high on the face. Swing felt pretty good. Just didn't hit it hard enough. Just didn't hit it hard enough. This is the scoring hole. You absolutely need this one. And I have yet to find the center of the club face with driver. So let's really try and focus up and do that on this one. I'm actually going to go 1 tee lower here because we've been hitting everything high off the face. Focus on getting that center up here. So So let's go. We can't finish over par on the front here at Bonnie Doon. That's a sin. Okay. Oh, it's amazing. We hit the ball in the center of the club face. We tee it up a little bit lower. The problem is I found another nasty little lip in a bunker. Another nasty little lip. Oh, Tommy. Fucking A. I've only got 150 yards in, I can't go for it. That's rather unfortunate. But I did it to myself. I did it to myself. So let's pick a good spot here to lay up. Okay, something like that. High 58. Should be no problem with that lip. We're going to hit this ball very high coming out of here. We did skinny it a smidge, which was a little bit scary for me. But we get that almost the exact same shot we just hit out of the bunker for our next one. Let me clean the grooves here. Let's try and drive one in there nice and low right on the pin. 77 yards, 9 o'clock on the dial. Oh, go in. Well done from 77 yards. I told you, I don't like 77 yards. I don't like 77 or 85. 85 is about as low as I want to go in. No bueno, guys. We are going to shoot over par at Bonnie Doon on the front, which is horrendous. It's so bad. Okay, that's okay. Up and down. Make our hay on the back nine. Why does my mat feel so crooked? Where's my SkyTrak shifted here? It just feels misaligned. It's definitely not the SkyTrak that shifted. It is my mat. Okay. Here we go. Just a little 10-yard pitch. Leave the club face open. Get some good spin on it. Go from there. Curl. Oh, that is straight downhill. I did not play that correctly. That's a bogey on a 450-yard par 5. I don't think we hit one fairway. That's been the killer tonight. Okay. That's fine. We're 2 over. Why? And Zajac, you're sitting here probably laughing. Because whenever we play the easy golf courses, this has been our tendency recently, is we like to screw them up. We like to screw them up. Okay, that being said, let's just piss on driver here and move on with our lives. Let's get a good driver out there for a change. I don't like that. Finally, we hit driver in the center. Finally, we found the center of the club face and hit a long straight drive. Only took us 10 holes, but we did it. All right. And we've got 140 yards is what it plays like. So this is a full smooth pitching wedge. We'll go 2 yards right, 3 yards right. Fine, not gonna make a big difference. And play a little draw pitching wedge in there. choke down just a little bit. Take a little bit of yards off. Should be a perfect number for us. Be as good as you look. Okay. 12 feet, good result. On a relatively difficult golf hole. We'll take that all day. All day long. All right. I like when the pins are tucked left, because I can be a little bit more aggressive. I'm going to go middle of the green, and this is going to be full 7-iron. Full 7-iron should be right on the button for this shot. We got to hit it good. We miss it, we're going to be flirting with that bunker, so we got to hit it solid. Probably want to land this about 3 yards right of the pin. So 10 feet right is perfect shot on this one. Oh, that is so crispy. That is going to be fantastic. Just a little shy. Just a little shy. How far we carry that? 176. Okay, it was just a little off from what I thought it would be. Yeah, we're going for this. I mean, you're out of your damn mind. Going right at it. Hit it high in the air. And sort of go from there. We don't have to murder this. We just got to hit it solid on that line. So here we go. Just a solid driver on that line gets the job done here. We overdid it. Yet again, sit shy, ball. Yeah, okay. That's fine. That's fine. A lot of left spin on the ball tonight. Just getting that toe on the, holy fucking green. How are you supposed to get that close? How on earth are you supposed to get that close? Okay. I'm not going any further left, but I am going to hit a little spinner in there. I'm going to try and just hit one that sort of just rips underneath with a lot of spin, carrying it almost all the way there. This is a really hard golf shot, and it's not easy for me to replicate on the simulator. It's actually really close, if I'm being honest with you guys. Like I hit that pretty darn good. Should have it, yeah, I mean 4,300 on the spin. So we did nip it, we just didn't hit it hard enough. There you go. Concession's sweet. It's hard, John. It's a hard golf course, but it is a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. I think you will too. Again, full 7-iron. Full 7-iron. Perfect club. From our bag mapping, this should be right on the money. So here we go. It does say 100 and it says 190. Not a perfect 7-iron. We're gonna go choke down 6 and go from there. You'll have to message me after the round. Let me know what you think, John. If we play the tips there, that's gonna be a brutal test. Here we go. Choke down 6-iron. Should be money. I think I started it too far right. It's not going to turn back all the way to the hole. Oh, but we got a backstop. We got a backstop. That's a great shot from that distance. It's a great shot from that distance. Slowly eking our way back towards even. We'll get back under par tonight. We will get back under par tonight. I'm not worried about it. And I'm going to make my hay on this one. We're going to bomb it. We're going to find the fairway. Life's going to be good. We're going to go from there, okay? So let's just hit the piss out of driver here. And go from there. Okay, let's make eagle. Oh, for fuck's sakes, Tommy, that's not the way to do it. That bunker should not be in play. We found it. What? Where am I on the golf course, by the way? Oh, its smash factor was like through the floor. I almost missed the club face. And again, these stinking bunkers, man. These stinking bunkers. I'm not surprised, John. That's that's what I was sort of alluding to when I made that comment. There's probably only a couple people that can play from that distance on those courses, man. All right, so we're going to hoist the pitching wedge. Wherever it ends up, it ends up. Go from there. I shanked it. Here we go. Hold the finish. It's out of bounds, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Nice shot. Can I hit pick up? Okay, that never happened. We're just going to ignore it and go from there. Okay. Jesus Christ, Tommy. Oh. I said scoring hole, right? We need to score on this one to make up for lost time. What do? Shank it out of bounds. What any normal person would do. Shank it out of bounds. Okay. So, back to our previously televised broadcast. We're going to hit full 9. Try and step on this one, hit it a little bit low and flighted. Should get it all the way back there with 9. It'll be close. It's a lot to ask, but I think we can do it. Just got to hit it in the center of the club face. Go from there. That's all I got with 9-iron. If that doesn't get there, then I got no 9-iron in any world that gets there. Ooh, caught the slope. That's going to be a double, I think. Oh, not ideal on a par 5, guys. Not ideal on a par 5. Here's one golf ball under the car. Where's the other one? Okay. Well, we made a lot of really good progress in this round, and we just pissed it away. What are we at? 3 over with 4 to go. Okay. Plays like 142. It's a full pitching wedge. Excuse me. Full pitching wedge should be perfect. Here we go. Holy shit, that's so bad. What was that? I think we're getting tired, guys. I hope that's what this is. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Well, we're gonna have some fun with this one. We're just gonna hit a flop shot. It's gonna hit the bush. It's gonna go nowhere. Let's do it. That's pretty darn spiffy from there. Don't catch that ridge. Don't you dare. That threw the brakes on quick. I think the sim felt sorry for me there. Oh boy. We will not be doing a bag mapping before we play any sort of competitive round, because we have lost our way. We have lost our way. But with that being said, we're still going to do shit like this. Let's give this a healthy whack at the green and see if we can get it there. 4 over par. Well played, sir. Well played. Oh, I hit the bejesus out of it. Just right of the pin, I think. Yeah, it's a good shot. Good swing. Closer, way up in the air, 17 degrees. Okay. Got a chance at birdie. Right the ship a little bit here. Right the ship a little bit. Glad we're getting these swings out of our system. So it's downhill, then uphill. Let's try and hit a proper pitch shot. We got 22 yards out of the rough. Go from there. The upslope got us. The upslope always gets us. We never hit it hard enough when we're going uphill. Never. Never. It's still a birdie. We can make 2 more coming in, that's good. Yeah, we like these drivable ones. We like these drivable ones. Let's go right after it. Okay. Come on, Tommy. If there's a time to hit a good drive, this would be the one. Let's get a couple back here if we can. Somehow find the surface. Ooh. Yes. Yes, sir. Sit. Sit. That is a damn good swing right there. That was a damn good swing. All right. Finally. See, he's still in there. He's still in there. Just don't... He hasn't been there enough this round, unfortunately, for us. We are 100% swapping golf balls, though, after this round. Okay. All right. Let's end on a good note. See if we can go birdie, eagle, birdie, coming home. Nope, not with that swing, you won't. Miss the tree. It did get in the fairway. It did not. Holy smokes. Boy, That's a problem. We can do it though. So we're going to hoist the 6-iron here, guys. Actually, I think hoisting a 5. It plays like 198. Okay, so 198 here. Now these golf balls got to go. I'm going to chew up my net. 198. Just got to hit a high 5-iron. Go from there. So here we go. High 5. We left it out right, I think. Yeah. I think we got the number. Yeah, it was a little strong on the number too. 6 is probably the right play. But this is going to be a fun shot. So let's try that little saucy one. Okay. So this shot, when hit properly, we got 16 yards. 16 yards. We're going to try and hit a little nipper. It takes one hop and stops. It's a rather aggressive play from this spot, but let's see if we can't do it. It's close. Just missed it. It's a really bad round of golf, but I'll be honest. The golf shots we hit earlier tonight were so good, I'm not too worried. But that is the tendency of what we like to do when we get tired. Par 3 after this? Yeah, why not? I got time for a par 3. What par 3 are we playing? You name it. Shot 3 over. It's not the end of the world. Hit me up with a par 3, Zajac. I got time. I got to stay up anyways. I got to give my son medicine at midnight, and it's only 11:22. So I got time for a par 3, as long as I hit the greens. As long as I hit the greens. Which one should we play? Not the hay. LaHinch par 3 tees. Ooh, okay. LaHinch. I'm down. Okay. Extreme, always. Par 3. I keep forgetting that you can do this. Like, that makes it so cool. That makes it so cool. It's a completely different element. 119 plays, or so it's 114 yards. We're a little tired. We're gonna hit cut 50 in there. These golf balls are getting retired after tonight. So here we go, par 3 tees at LaHinch. It's gonna be short. We missed it off the toe. I don't want to putt. I don't want to putt. I don't want to chip. Thank you. The goal is no chipping. I want no chips. Zero chips. I want 18 greens. I know it's super realistic. Super realistic to hit 18 greens. But perfect. Same club. 50 degree. Full. The problem is it's not the courses showing their teeth, it's the length, right? The average sim golfer is not hitting at 300 yards. Right? Turn over, golf ball. God bless. That is such a shit swing. The fact that it found the surface is an absolute miracle. But again, we're not chipping, so I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. All right, 149. Finally moving out of the wedge territory. I'm gonna go 3/4 9-iron. Just drive one back there, left of the pin. At the pin's not really the play. There we go. Just left of the pin is perfect. I mean, 30 feet's 30 feet. Not the end of the world. We were never chasing the flag on that one. That's good. I think so. I think you could get away with the crazy pins. I think you could sell that to people. But distance is not what people are after. Okay. Let's go here. This is going to be I'm going to hit full 54. I don't want to go long. So we're going to go full 54 here. Just drive it all the way back there. Is it enough? Probably not. But, again, do you want to chase that pin? Probably not, right? Why is my mat all fucked up? I feel like my alignment's screwed up here. That's better there. Okay. That's a gross number. But it's a full 50. It's a full 50 degree. Just got to hit it good, and it's perfect. If you don't hit it good, not perfect. So full 50. Shit, I left that out right. But 20 feet. I know you are, Mort. How YouTube hasn't blocked your comments is beyond me. Like it is wild that it lets those fly, and then some of the stuff that you post in chat gets auto banned. It is absolutely insane to me. All right, so let's hit a nice little soft 9-iron. There's no wiggle room back there. So long is not really an option here. Just gonna hit a smooth 9. Oh, that is so far left. Go in, ball. Go in, golf ball. Hey. I said I didn't want to have to chip. That's my first one. Got to be smart about it, I guess. Yet your comment made it through, no problem. Which is rather wild to me. Little spinner here. Okay, we'll go flop, little mini flop. See if we can't hit one high and soft here from a short distance. Eh. God damn it. I really didn't want to have to chip again. I suck at golf. Okay. Just gotta chip it in. Just gotta chip it in. How you doing, Mort? How's the new vehicle? Yeah, this golf course is sick, man. I like this par 3 setup. God, I wanted to make that. I really didn't want a bogey on the card. I like that you can do the par 3 tees. That is such a cool, and for me, I just often ignore it. Okay. Oh, I'm sure. Got some American muscle. Silva, how are you still here, dude? I thought you would have packed it up. All right, so we got 108. Just a full, smooth 54. I almost shanked that. I felt like I did at least. That is not the pin to get aggressive with. I hit that really all over the top of it, but ooh. Guess I should have looked at the golf hole before I hit my shot. Because now we got an almost an impossible up and down. Not saying we can't, but I shouldn't be on, but I'm still here. I got suckered into playing another par 3 course. Okay, here we go, flopper. Oh, that's nifty. No. Yeah, bonus to the bonus round. I hit so many damn golf shots in that bag mapping, it wore me out. I can't lie to you. Gotta hit that one good. Ooh. That was pretty slick. That was pretty slick. These pieces of mat, yeah, I need a new mat. I'm gonna be hitting off rubber here and no mat here in a second. Okay. 133. I like smooth pitch and wedge here. Let's try and keep the lower body moving here so we don't tug this one into an oblivion. Go from there. Where does it say? Oh, it says 139. Oh, it's a full pitching wedge. We're good. That's a nice shot. Be as good as you look. Oh, we missed left. Get out of here. Spin rate was too high left, that's why. Not getting that right start. Not getting that right start. Just getting lazy with the golf swing, I think. Okay. Hyper aggressively downhill. We're in the fairway, so we just got to bump this puppy. Get it started. It's got a chance to go in. So here we go. Sit down. Okay, didn't read. No issues. These softer shots, it always struggles to read, I feel like. That ball was zooming. That ball was zooming. And should get us back to under par. I don't know if we deserve that, but that's okay. That's okay. Chip in's a chip in. Chip in is a chip in. Don't miss left. Don't miss left. 103. Go smooth 54. What are you laughing at? It's a perfect shot, Mort. Perfect shot. All right, let's drive a low 54 in there. Okay, a little sawed-off guy. This is the shot we had all vacation that we hit really well. And that is what we've done on the sim every time, is we hit a nice little chunker. God, I don't even want to show you, but I'm going to show you anyways. If you look at the club face, there's a ball mark out here. And that's where we made contact with the club face. We almost missed it. But we've hit a couple, over 100 shots tonight. No, not wrong club, just terrible golf shot. No ifs, ands, or buts about that one. Not the wrong club, just the wrong guy holding it. Okay, 23 yards. Little nipper in there. One hop and stop skis. Missed the ridge. No grooves, no spin. Well, and when you hit about ½ inch behind the ball, don't get any oomph behind it either, sir. That's what it felt like hitting my old wedges on every shot. Okay, that's how good it was. That's how good it was. Oh, this is such an awkward number for me. We're gonna try and hit a cut pitching wedge in there. Okay. Little cut wedgie. Go from there. She's not cutting. Actually, did it cut? Let's see if there's a side spin right. I have a feeling there might be. Hey, we hit a cut. That's a proper cut. We started it on the correct line and we hit a cut. I can do it. Just not ever when I really need to. Okay, what do we got there? 136. Same club, but no cut. What's really, the one thing that I care about on this golf swing is I want it to start right. I want it to start 2 degrees right with a draw. Then we will have achieved our goal on this swing. We did not. Okay, didn't read. That club face was so erratically shut. That golf ball might have ended up on that mound. Okay, we get a redo though, which is nice. We did the same stinking thing on that swing, I think. Or it's all over it. One of the two. I was about to say, that better be on the damn green. Side spin was better. Okay. And the problem is with this mat, I'm running out of spots to hit it. All right, Selva, have a good night, buddy. Have a good night, buddy. 100 yards. We're going to go with a high spinny 54. And it's scary, but I am going to start it left of the pin. Okay, so a high spinny 54 is the play here. Something like that. Not too much spin, please. Oh, Zajac. I have got 4 strips. The problem is I am so steep on the golf ball and I hit so many shots. Like I've got strip 1, strip 2, strip 3, and strip 4. Like I wear it the F out. Absolutely wear it out. Okay, so here we're just gonna hit a full 54 back to that pin. Go from there. Is it too much? I would like to have think that that ball was going to spin, especially with almost that much stinking spin on the golf ball. I'm not going to change my club. We're just going to chip with the 54. We're going to be lazy. See if we can't chip in. Yeah, I rotate my mat. I beat this thing to shit, man. I just need a new mat, a better quality mat, especially with how many golf balls I hit in here. I know we've talked about it before. That golf ball's humming. Hit the hole. Sit. I need a new mat. Something that's going to stand up to how many I hit, and one that I can just exchange the strip out. You know what I mean? Like that's what I really need, is I need one that I can change out. 128. We're gonna go just a baby pitching wedge. Whoa, not 7 yards, 5 yards. Little draw. We want this to end up about 2 yards right of the pin. Just a nice, smooth pitching wedge. Something like that. How do we get that ball left of the pin, Tommy? Do we pull it? No, just straight side spin. Straight side spin. It means we are not getting back. Not getting back on our takeaway. We're keeping our weight forward and then sort of falling backwards, reverse pivoting. So it's a relatively simple fix. We just got to make the adjustment. Okay, 6-yard pitch shot. Relatively simple up and in. Go from there. Boy, you got to make contact with the ball though. Got very lucky on a golf course. That ball's left in the fringe. That golf ball is left in the fringe. Okay, we got 106. Pin tucked right, 103. This is a high cut 54 degree with heaps of spin. We'll go from there. Okay, just got to hit it high with a cut. Is that too much cut though, guys? Yeah. Okay. Just barely hung on. I know, that's a shame. The goats are a nice touch. The goats were back off the tee on a couple of the holes, right? Big fan of the goats here. Big fan of the goats. 137. Full pitch and wedge. We are going to go right edge of the green, just a little bit off of it. If it turns over too much, it turns over too much. We go from there. It says it plays 131, so we actually don't have to hit it hard. Choke down pitching wedge. It's a much better swing, not nearly as much side spin. That is the correct golf shot, sir. And what do you know? Pretty good result. That's more what we would expect. We got our weight back a little bit on that one. Good swing. Good swing. This is great wedge practice. These are great scoring clubs, all of these. Same shot. I would like a little bit longer on some of these, right? Like some 160-yard shots in there, stuff like that. It's a little bit different. But here we go. This is a full, smooth, choke down pitching wedge. Boy, that's a tug. That is a tug. Yeah, the side spin just got a little crazy. That's where when we were fresh and we were hitting a bunch of shots. Okay, I can do that. What's a good course for it? What would be a good course for a break 50? So we'll do like the Bryson DeChambeau break 50 series. Okay, just a little chipper. We got a chance of making this one. See if we can. Just like that. Okay. Two shabbers. It's our second chip in, I think. Really same. I said I didn't want a chip, and those are the only birdies we're really making. We don't have any inside that 5-foot radius. I would have thought we would have gotten one. 154 yards, or 114 yards, excuse me. Ooh, but it's shy. Black Desert. Yeah, Black Desert would be good. And I am a sucker for Black Desert. You do know that. I love Black Desert. All right, so let's hit a little low draw, 54 degree. Try and hit the club face this time. And end on a good note. Oh, we finally hit a wedge shot appropriately. I know we left it out right, but that was finally like a good quality strike with a wedge. What we end up shooting? I mean, 3 under, meh. With a bunch of wedges in our hand, that's actually not that good. But yeah, guys, that's all I got time for tonight. Perfect timing. Good suggestions, Zajac. As always, we're going to play on Wednesday. We'll probably, I don't know if we'll do practice or we'll do concession. And then what I'll do is I'll probably leave it up to you guys. I'll start a poll early in the day on Wednesday and let you guys pick what courses we play or what course we play for our second 18. I'm only going to do 36 on Wednesday. We're going to play concession and then sort of go from there. I agree with you. The concession's sick, right? It's a really well done golf course. I think it's a beautiful golf course in real life, and I think they did a pretty damn good job on it here. So that's all I got time for, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Concession and then viewer choice on Wednesday. I will start the poll at, so Zajac, if there's any course that the guys want to see, I'm going to start the poll early on Tuesday night, around like 10 o'clock. In the link to the live stream, let you guys pick the course that we play, and we'll go from there, right? And we'll set it up as hard as we can, tip it out, hardest pins, etc. Devil's Island will not be one of the choices. Sorry, John. Sorry, Zajac. We're not doing that. So you guys have a great rest of your night, and I hope to see you guys back on Wednesday. All right? Cheers, guys.